Welcome everybody to Mom Street USA. My name is Kate, aka the Disney Cicerone, and this is my co-host Jackie, aka Wishes Mama, and together we are Mom Street USA, and so are you, because you're part of our community here. We love to make your trips to the Disney parks easier and more magical. That's what we're all about here, and we're just one big community. So all of these episodes we're doing right now all have input from our Mom Street community, and tonight we're going to be talking about snacks. The best snacks in Disneyland, which is why it's a little bit noisy because I'm actually in Disneyland for this episode, which we're very excited about.
Yes,
so
we always love when we've got eyes on the ground and can see things in real life.
So I believe we're going to start out at Jolly Holiday Bakery, right? Is that where you sent me first?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Perfect.
Sounds lovely, because you're there.
I looked at the list for like 10 seconds, so I'm like, oh, but the park's really small, so it won't take us long to get from place to place.
Exactly. Well, and some of the stuff that we have on here, you can find at multiple places, so like we can always throw that in as needed. So again, we are talking all things Disneyland snacks. So let's start at the Jolly Holiday Bakery, which is right where Kate is. So this snack is a very popular one that I feel like even I have heard a lot about, and that is the Raspberry Rose Macaron. And that can be found at the Jolly Holiday Bakery. It is a raspberry rose almond filling with fresh raspberries. So I'm pulling double duty tonight. Let me find these photos I've got here.
Yeah, I won't be able to get close to it because there's a massive line right now, but I'm going to just kind of walk this direction. You can kind of peek in there. And to get the Raspberry Rose Macaron, you do have to go and stand in line, and sometimes it does sell out late in the day. So if you're going to get this, I would recommend maybe getting it lunch versus dinner, just because sometimes it does sell out. But the thing I love about this cafe is it's all Mary Poppins themed. So you can see here, we've got the little penguin. And there's also Mary Poppins weather vane up there, but it's very hard to see because it's dark.
So cute. But yeah, the great thing about this is those giant fresh raspberries on the inside.
This is my favorite treat to get here because it's the perfect balance of tart and sweet. It's not too sweet, like some Disney things can be a little bit too much sugar. This one I feel like is a really good balance because it has those fresh raspberries.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and Shannon is giving us an insider tip that you can mobile order it.
And you know, you can. I have been able to do it sometimes, and sometimes I haven't. So it depends day to day. Sometimes I'm only able to order like the special seasonal one and not the regular one.
Okay.
So if it doesn't show up in your mobile app, go and check inside because it might be available inside even though it's not on the mobile order.
You know what? Now that you say that, when I was looking on the menu, I was not able to find it at the time I looked on the mobile order menu, but I was able to find it on the like menu on the Disneyland app. So it was there. It was just a matter of. Here we go. It was just a matter of finding it. So Kate is, did this do what I needed it to?
Well, I can show you the map here. This might help you.
Oh, thank you. I was like,
I got the Braille map.
Where it is.
If you ever need a Braille map, this is where it's located here.
Oh, I don't know if I can.
So I'm like right here. If you look in the square, I'm right here on the corner. Use the Disney point. Right here.
Here we go. Now we got dual maps going on now.
We're so prepared.
I just had to get mine facing the right way.
So it's on the corner of Main Street. Like, so if you're familiar with Disney World, it would be where like the Crystal, what's the name of that restaurant? Crystal Palace?
Crystal Palace, yes.
Yeah.
Kind
where
of
the Crystal Palace is located.
Casey's and the Crystal Palace kind of on that corner.
Yeah, because we have the Coca-Cola like refreshment corner over there that's like Casey's, and then right next to it.
Gotcha.
This way, it's Jolly Holiday.
Perfect. And so that macaron is $6.49 on their menu. So that is one of the offerings that we have there. The other honorable mention offering at the same location of Jolly Holiday is the Matterhorn macaroon. So that,
oh yes,
let
Here, I'll go find a picture of the. Wait, I'll go to the Matterhorn while you show it.
Gotta find it.
So while she looks for that, I'll tell you some of my other favorite things to eat there that are not necessarily snack food, but one of my favorite things to get is the Jolly Holiday Combo, which is a grilled cheese with a tomato basil soup. And it is, you could have it as a snack if you split it with two people, but that one is what I always get that every single time I'm here. It's just like comfort food. So big fan of that one. And then I also really like their salad here. They've got like a candied pecan salad that is really delicious.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sounds delicious. So there is your Matterhorn macaroon, which
I can't zoom in.
Here, wait. Ooh, there we go. I'll zoom out and make them the same size. So
I can't zoom in when I'm like this.
Yeah, a little bit of a smaller treat. And it is $3.99, so a really, really good price on that one if you're looking for just a little bit of something sweet while you're walking around on Main Street.
It's the omnibus.
I love it. It's perfect.
Yeah. The Matterhorn macaroon, if you don't like coconut, you're not going to like it. But if you love coconut, it's great. And sometimes they can get a little bit stale and hard. So that's why they're kind of like more my second favorite, if you will, because I'm like, I prefer the raspberry rose macaroon if I was going to pick something there.
Yeah, definitely.
They're still good. A lot of people get them just for the photos.
Yeah. And I've heard you talk about that raspberry rose macaron. I feel like every time I've heard you talk about food at Disneyland.
It's so good.
I love it.
This was Walt's fire engine, by the way. This is the one he drove around the parks.
Oh, I love that. So fun. I love it. Perfect.
Well,
let's move on. Let's talk about a couple different snacks that you can get in various different places around Disneyland. I feel like we can't talk Disneyland without talking about churros.
Oh, yeah, I'll go back to the churro cart.
Okay, sorry. I know, I'm just going to send you all over the place.
No, it's okay.
Trying to make it all flow seamless is a little bit impossible. So let's talk about churros at Disneyland, because this is one of the big snacks that people like to get whenever they visit the parks. They've got just regular standard churros that will cost you $5. And then they've got all sorts of specialty and seasonal churros. And those range anywhere from like $5.75 to $6.75. So not too terrible when you're thinking about the quality that you're getting. So a couple different flavors that they've had before. This is a blueberry chocolate churro that they had at one point in time. And a lot of them come with like a specialty dipping sauce.
Yeah, my favorite is just the classic churro. It's the perfect balance of like crunchy, sweet cinnamon sugar on the outside and then like kind of a little bit soft on the inside. They're just really good. And they're reasonably priced snack. Yeah. I usually split it with somebody, but you don't have to split it. You don't have to share if you don't want to.
You can keep it all for yourself. So yeah, that last one that I showed was like a berries and cream one. They've got green apple with caramel sauce. So
yeah, they do have a 100 churro too. You can almost see it. I just don't want to make people weirded out, but you can see it on the side there.
Yeah. Yeah. So they pretty much have seasonal churros, festival, like what's the word I'm looking at? Like holiday churros, celebration churros, all the churros, basically, is what I'm getting at.
Yes.
And again, those
they're different in different parks too. So California Adventure will have different ones than Disneyland.
Yep. And they've got all sorts of different ones, and different carts will have different flavors. So if you're looking for churros, definitely do your research on what type of churro you want to find out where it is and when you can get it when you go, because otherwise you may be searching all over the park for that one particular churro.
Yes. That's good advice.
Kate, do you want to head back down towards Candy Palace, or do you want to just show down Main Street and I can chat about it?
Yes. Yeah, it's just right over here.
Okay. It's hard to tell on the map, like, without being there how long it takes you to walk places. So I don't want to like send you somewhere and you be like, that's a really
it's like
walk.
No, the whole park's pretty small, so it won't take me that long.
Perfect. Well, while she is walking there, let's talk about the next treat on our list. And that is the peanut butter square at Candy Palace. And that is a milk chocolate covered with peanut butter center with roasted peanuts on the inside.
Yeah, if you are someone who likes peanut butter things, you have to get this. Have to. And one of my favorite things to do is I usually mobile order it, because then you can just walk in and literally hit on here, of course, as you're walking in. But then there's just a little place to pick it up. They just have it pre-bagged for you, and you pick it up and come out here, and you can go sit at Jolly Holiday, or you can take it back to your hotel. I like to order mine at the end of the night, so I can take them home for my family.
That's an excellent idea.
This is the Candy Palace. I can show you some of the treats.
Yeah.
Let's see, where's the peanut butter one? Peanut butter one's, I can't zoom in, but it's the one on the below the strawberries. It's like the second shelf from the bottom, little brown squares. So those are the peanut squares, but you can see peanut butter squares. They have all kinds of treats here. And lots of big cookies too. The churro Mickey cookie is also really good, especially if you have kids, because they're gigantic. You can kind of break it up into pieces.
Yeah, that way.
And the churro toffee is also really good. It's right here. A lot of people like that one, but it's harder and sticky, so be aware.
Yeah.
But the mobile order is just in this little corner here. I don't want to get these cast members on my life, but they're just in this corner right off to the side here.
Okay.
Is where you do a mobile order pickup. But you can also it's a little like pedestal.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get it far enough away that it won't be weird, but you can kind of see it's right over there in the corner.
Wow. Well, that's
and
helpful.
Then, and this Candy Palace is also really fun. This is where they have this concert orchestrion that's from 1953. No, it was purchased in 1953. It's older than that, 1907. So it's like this whole organ that every so many minutes it will actually play music.
Oh, that's so cool.
So it's kind of a fun thing to go check out, especially with kids, because it all kind of come to life and everything happens. So it's a really fun thing to check out in the back of Candy Palace.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
You can also watch the cast members making all the candy in some windows that are up in the front. So that's kind of a fun thing to do with kids too.
Yeah.
Is you can watch them actually creating it.
Yeah, it's a full experience in there. I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's beautiful too. The theming of it's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
The stained glass and everything. So where are we headed next, Jackie?
We are headed towards Tropical Hideaway.
Oh, good. Favorite places. They're all my favorite because I'm in Disneyland.
And I'll kind of chat as you walk. So
again.
No rush. No rush getting there. I'll chat as you walk. So that peanut butter square, I don't know if we mentioned, is $5.99 at Candy Palace. So if that's something that you're looking to get, that's how much it'll cost you. Along with all those other treats, you could probably spend your entire food budget in that one location. So good luck. The next thing that I want to talk about is the ever popular Mickey pretzel. So you can again find these at Disney World and Disneyland alike. At various different shops and carts across the parks. So just wanted to mention it as a great option for a snack. If you're looking for a cute themed...
I missed what you said. What was it?
Oh, the pretzel. Sorry, Mickey pretzel. Mickey shaped pretzels.
Oh, pretzels. Okay. Yeah.
All good. So you can find them, like I said, at various different pretzel stands. They will cost you $6, and if you'd like to add cheese, it is an extra $1.50 to add the cheese to your pretzel. So that is another option that you have. That one's kind of fun because you can find it in both locations. Now, Kate, have you had Mickey pretzels in Disney World and Disneyland?
Yes, I've had them in both places.
Are they
pretty similar?
I say, are they the same? I feel like I never want to assume that things are the same from the East Coast to the West Coast.
I haven't really noticed a difference between the two, so they might be slightly different, but not noticeable enough for me to notice.
Okay, there
so
you go.
So this is the Tropical Hideaway.
Perfect.
We're right next to the Jungle Cruise in Adventureland.
No, I said the tiger.
So,
chicken teriyaki like the tiger.
Okay, so let's talk about what they've got to offer at Tropical Hideaway. And also, so now the Tiki Juice Bar, they're all kind of connected to each other. Is that correct when I'm thinking about that?
No, the Tiki Juice Bar actually just walked by it. So this is the Tiki Room. You can see people exiting right here. The Tiki Juice Bar is on the other side of the Tiki Room, and it used to be you could do a walk-up for a Dole Whip, but now you can only do mobile order there. So if you want to walk up and get a Dole Whip, you got to come here to Tropical Hideaway.
Okay, so let's talk about Dole Whip. Let's talk about the options that they have. So in Disneyland at Tropical Hideaway, you've got just your standard Dole Whip option that you can get for $6.49. They've got a float option that you can get. That is $7.29. They've got a strawberry sundae that is also $7.29. They've got a Dole Whip swirl float that is pineapple juice topped with your choice of 2 different flavors, strawberry, pineapple, or mango, and that is $7.29. And then the Dole Whip swirl, which is a swirl of any 2 flavors that you can choose between strawberry, pineapple, and mango, is $6.49. So tons of really great choices at that location. And here is kind of where Kate is in the park right now. Let me zoom out a little bit. So we just kind of came up and around this way.
Yep. And I just tried, there's a seasonal one right now that is a strawberry shortcake one, and that one's actually really good. So highly recommend that one. It's got like strawberry shortcake pieces in it, plus like a strawberry gel, and then strawberry Dole Whip. And it is really good.
That sounds really
I might get a second one. This is really good.
Yeah.
I'd zoom in on this menu, but I can't because it won't let me in this mode. So we got what we got.
Well, we live and we learn. We're trying to figure out the best way to make this all happen, and we figure it out as we go, right?
Yeah.
So also in this location, a second snack that I want to talk about, and Jazzy mentioned it earlier, that is the Bao Buns. So in this location, again, we are at the Tropical Hideaway in Disneyland. They have multiple different kinds of Bao Buns that you can order. Again, bear with me. I am pulling double duty trying to find photos and all of the above. So
here, I'll talk about this queue a little bit while you do that. So this queue is organized in a way where you pick up your Dole Whip first if you're going to do it. If you're not going to get Dole Whip, just bypass these people waiting and go all the way to the Bao Buns, because you don't have to wait if you're not getting a Dole Whip. I mean, you can't bypass the whole line, just bypass this station, so to speak, and then go over here. This is where you'll get the Bao Buns from.
Nice. So they have 3 different varieties that I found online. They have a char siu bao, which is a sweet, sticky, roasted pork, sweet barbecue sauce dusted with paprika. They have a lime chicken that's got butternut squash and fresh herbs, and they've got a spicy vegetable one that's got chickpeas and braised vegetables. And all of those will run you $6.49.
Yeah, Jassy, they do have a pineapple lumpia, but it's different than the one at Pandora. Yes, that's correct. And this area is one of my favorite places to sit in Disneyland, full stop. Like, I will take my food from other places and come sit here because the vibe is just so relaxing with the tiki torches. It's kind of like the Polynesian, if anybody is familiar with Disney World, but you also get to watch the Jungle Cruise boats go by, and you also have Rosita, who tells you jokes, which is really fun. Every once in a while. She doesn't do it constantly.
I love it. I love that I feel like you can see so many more of the attractions at Disneyland than you can at World, like from queues or like seating areas.
Did
like
that
you just
monkey
have
with the missing tail ever get to the bazaar? He said he was looking for the retailer.
I had to stop. She started a joke. I was like, I cannot finish my sentence. She's speaking.
That's where Rosita went. Yep.
Yeah. Christina, I've never had a bao bun either. Does anyone know, or anyone who has tried, like, are they similar to the cheeseburger pods in texture, like what you would get at in Pandora?
I think that they are. I like the pork one here. That's my favorite. And I usually, if I just want a small snack, I'll get one. If I'm feeling really hungry, I'll get maybe two, or I'll get one in like a lumpia or one in a Dole Whip. But yeah, I think they're similar in texture. But these ones are really good. Like the filling is amazing. Yeah. And you can ask for extra sauce too, if you want extra sauce for it.
Pro tip. Okay, yep, so they are similar to the cheeseburger pods is what people are saying as well. Perfect. Shannon says my son gets the chicken every week there. His favorite. Okay. Good to know.
Right. Do we get everything in the Tropical Hideaway, or do we miss something?
We did. We got the highlights. Now, given these places have more things to offer that people may like, but we are just trying to highlight our favorites. So
yes. The lumpia is pretty popular. A lot of people look at that too. So, just maybe try them all.
Why not, right? You want to
another fun
3 flavors. It's fine.
I know. Another fun thing about this is, if you see all this tile work here, this is left over from when this was Aladdin's Oasis. And if you look over here at the entrance to Tropical Hideaway, you'll actually see something that you would recognize, Jackie.
Oh, it's the carpet.
Yep.
How cute.
So, fun little leftover from Aladdin's Oasis. And before that, it was Tahitian Terrace. It was another restaurant before that.
Oh my
goodness. A little Disney history for y'all.
I love this. Whenever you're in the parks, we always get these little facts in between our content that we're talking about for the show.
I know.
I love it.
I can't turn it off.
That's okay. We all are here for it. We love it. Perfect. Well, let's head towards Bengal Barbecue.
We're here.
Perfect. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's the direction you were heading, but just wanted to make sure. Okay, so let's talk about the skewers at Bengal Barbecue. So they've got so many different options, and these are a great snack for anyone who just needs a little bit of a protein pick-me-up on their day. They range in price from $5.99 to $7.99, and let's talk about the flavors, because there's a ton of them. So they have the banyan beef skewer, which is a hot and spicy. That is $6.99. They've got a Bengal beef, also with a sweet Zulu sauce. Again, $6.99. Now is it chieftain? I'm really bad at pronouncing these. Chicken skewer in a Polynesian sauce. That is $6.49. The Outback vegetable skewer is $5.99. Then they have a safari skewer, which is bacon wrapped asparagus, and that is $6.49. And then they've got a pork belly skewer, which is a hoisin sauce. Again, apologies for my mispronunciations. Pickled carrots and daikon.
I think it's hoisin.
Okay.
Hoisin sauce.
And daikon topped with cilantro, and that one is $7.99.
Yeah. So, Bengal Barbecue. Thing is, they did make the seating for Bengal Barbecue over here on the right, and there is some really fun tie-ins to Society of Explorers and Adventurers on the walls, if you know what that is. I won't go over them all right now because it would eat up the whole episode. But there's some fun things you can look at in here. But I don't love eating in this spot because it's always hard to find a table. So I really prefer, because it's not very far, to just walk over there and sit at Tropical Hideaway. Because you could carry your food. Just got to be careful walking across this area. It can get really busy at certain times of night. But otherwise, that's my kind of pro tip, is don't sit in here unless you just absolutely have to. It's not as nice.
Gotcha. Okay, so that one I showed was just the Outback vegetable one. I've got like several pictures of these. Here's the spicy Bengal barbecue skewer.
Yeah, my favorite are the one that's the beef that's the sweet one. and then the pork belly.
Yeah. Here's
Pork
the
belly
sweet
skewer.
one. Bengal beef
Yeah.
with a sweet Zulu sauce.
And then the pork skewer is really good. And then I love the asparagus ones too. But you can get something that's like a 2-plate combo here if you're looking for a meal, where you can get 2 skewers plus some like slaw and a thing of rice, and it's like $18, but it's so good and it's filling. There's a lot of food there, so yeah.
So again,
So that's Bengal barbecue.
those will all range you anywhere from $5.99 to $7.99, depending on which one you're getting. And like Kate said, they do have some meal options there as well if you wanted to do a combo of more than one flavor.
And if you were part of our distillery podcast and you heard us talk about the Dominguez palm, you can see the base of it over here. So it's like, it's dark, but there's where it says River Cargo Exporting, and then there's this giant tree that's behind it.
Yeah.
That is the Dominguez palm right there. And it goes right up against the side of the queue. So
it's so crazy to me that like it's not like roped off, or there's like a plaque or something that like indicates what it is. You literally can just like go up and touch it. Like, that's just so weird to me.
I know. It's the Canary date palm from 1867, I think. But that was here before Disneyland was built. They did relocate it, I think, twice. But it was a part of the agreement with the Dominguez family that they would keep the palm because it was special to them. Some of their family even got married underneath it. So that's why it's there.
And if you missed Distery with Kate and Kirk, be sure to check out that other podcast that Kate is a part of with our good friend Kirk from Walrus Carp. They are currently in the middle of a deep dive into the Jungle Cruise that you do not want to miss. It's super fun.
I think we're talking about animals this week, the mechanics of animals, but it won't be. It's usually on Friday night. It's going to be on Saturday this week at 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, because I have to fly home.
Yeah, that would, do you have to? Are you sure? I think your family would probably miss you if you did not fly home.
I'm just walking this way, but I'm assuming this is where I'm supposed to go because there's nowhere else in that area. So.
We are going towards, it depends on if you want to show the mint julep bar or you want to go to the veranda.
Yeah, I'll go to the veranda because the mint julep bar is all blocked off.
I was going to say, I wasn't sure how much you could actually see. Okay, so let's chat.
Yeah, the veranda's right over here.
Perfect. So let's chat about our next snack in Disneyland. If you missed it, that is our whole topic of conversation this evening, is our favorite snacks at Disneyland. So let's talk about beignets. So a lot of you that are on here are part of Pocket Fam and follow Kirk at Walrus Carp and know of the beignets at Port Orleans French Quarter in Walt Disney World. Well, Disneyland also has Mickey beignets that you can get. So they typically are found at the Mint Julep Bar. But with that being under renovation right now, that was perfect timing.
I know, right?
Because it is being turned into the Tiana-themed restaurant. They are currently
you can see it over there
at the Royal Street Veranda, which is next to Pirates, which is where Kate is showing us now. So their beignets, if you want to get a 3-pack, it'll cost you $4.99. If you want a 6-pack, it'll cost you $8.49.
They also have some gumbo here. It's really good. I don't eat here very often because it doesn't usually have beignets. This is kind of special.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, now,
I love your headdress.
I have Trader Sam's at 9 if you want.
Kate found
Oh, I would love to, but I'm doing a live show tonight.
Every night.
Yeah.
Every night. Don't
Every
worry.
night. Okay.
On my love.
See you.
On my love. Okay.
Bye.
Kate found friends.
I did. It was Sam. Sam. Anyway, okay.
So, perfect.
You're good. This is where they also they have soup. They have soup in like a bread bowl. That's like a big thing here. That's always what I've gotten here in the past. So they have a steak gumbo and vegetable gumbo. But that's more of a meal. But they do have the mint julep here too right now.
Yes.
So you can wait in this really massive line, or you can mobile order it and skip the line, which I recommend.
Yeah, that sounds like a
Because
lovely
the mobile
idea.
order, look, there's like you could literally just walk up to the window and pick it up.
So let's talk about, first of all, see, like I'm slacking. If you don't know what we're talking about when we say beignets.
Well, that's usually my job.
I know. I'm also just like distracted watching everything that you're showing in Disneyland too. So, it's good. Oh, and I lost my...
Thanks, Sam, for dropping by for a hug. It was really fun to see you for a second.
Okay, and I lost my photo of the mint julep. Okay, it's gone forever, sorry. But you can also find, sorry. It's okay. It's been a lot to finagle, but we're doing great. You can also find the New Orleans mint julep drink there as well. And that is a refreshing mint drink with a hint of lime flavor, and that will cost you $5.29.
Now, if you have not been to Disneyland in a long, long time, you might remember that the mint juleps looked a lot different than they do now. And they had like a bright green color, and they came with a cherry, but they changed the recipe a couple years back, and now it's a little bit less bright green and a little bit more naturally minty instead of artificial minty.
That's helpful.
If that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Almost. Where did? No, that's okay. Here we go. Oh, that is a gigantic picture. Okay. There we go.
Well, and you got the Mark Twain. I got the Mark Twain.
Oh, hey, look at that.
No, it won't kill you. You'll have so much fun.
So yes, this is what they look like now. They used to, just for funsies, because I just saw a picture of one. They used to be bright green.
Yeah. Yep. That was that was the one from my childhood. I remember it being really green.
Yeah.
And kind of like toothpaste. So it's probably for the better that they changed it.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Also, shout out to Disney Food Blog, who we are using a lot of their photos in our show tonight. Thank you to them for having such a lovely collection of photos of all things food in both coasts that we've used so far. So shout out to Disney Food Blog.
Yes, absolutely. They're a great resource in general for food reviews. So
Yeah.
if you're looking for I wonder if this would be any good or what is good at a specific restaurant, I always use them as a resource personally because I don't have time to always research all of that when I'm prepping for a trip. So it's nice for them to give that information.
Well, the nice thing is you can pretty much search any restaurant at any of the parks, and they have done like a full menu review of almost everything.
Yeah.
So it's super duper helpful. I would definitely go there first if you're wondering about a restaurant and you're not sure if it's worth it or if it's good or what's good. That's where I would start.
Yeah. All right, where I'm headed next, Jackie?
Okay, so we're going to have to go to kind of opposite directions depending on which way you want to go first. We've got to hit Docking Bay 7, but we've also got to hit Hungry Bear and Pooh's Corner Bakery.
Oh, so those are on the way. So we'll go this way.
Oh, that's true. You can wrap around.
Yeah.
Right? I think I saw on the map. Again, see, I told you. I've been
It's like a
studying
big
the map.
circle. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm proud of you for studying the map. Good for you.
I got to figure it out eventually. I mean, I'll eventually make my way out to California and get to Disneyland someday.
Yeah.
So we'll make it happen.
Well,
Okay.
we did make it to 1,000. Woohoo.
Yes, we did. That's why.
Thanks everybody for helping us get to 1,000.
Oopsie, I'm mirrored. I can't do this on this account. So if you are just joining us, we are chatting all things Disneyland snacks today. We have already, in our snack series, done the first 4 parks at Walt Disney World, and now have moved to the West Coast, and it just so happens that Kate is our eyes on the ground today as she is walking around at Disneyland, kind of showing us all the sights and giving us some fun facts along the way. So we are super appreciative for that. Again, if you've missed any of the other episodes that we had, they are available on our podcast and on our YouTube page as well, except for our Epcot episode, which is hopefully going to be found soon, but TikTok is holding it captive for no reason.
It's very frustrating.
Yes. Kate and I are working on trying to get that back, hopefully soon. That's all I've got about it. I wish I knew more about why they. Yeah,
So
anyway.
we're headed to the Hungry Bear, right?
Perfect. Yes.
Pooh's Corner.
Yes, that
Hungry
that
Bear
little
probably
space.
first.
Which one is closest to where you are?
I'm Hungry Bear. I'll get to
Okay.
that there first.
Perfect. Okay, so let's
Past
talk
Splash Mountain. If anybody misses Splash Mountain, still going on here. Still splashing.
Still splashing. Okay, so where Kate is walking now, oh gosh, let's see if I can do this while I'm mirrored, is this light. Okay, she's walking down this way and around to go down to the Hungry Bear restaurant, which is where you will find the funnel cake at Disneyland. So let's talk about a couple different funnel cake options that they have at Hungry Bear. They have just your standard house-made funnel cake with powdered sugar topping, and that will cost you $7.49. They also have this loaded chocolate chip funnel cake, which is cookie crumbles, chocolate chip cookie dough, ice cream, whipped topping, and chocolate sauce. That is $9.99.
Yeah, so this is the Hungry Bear restaurant. Honestly, I don't love a lot of the food from this restaurant. It was one of the ones I eat at least often, unless I'm with kids, because their seating area is so fantastic. Because, and I'll walk by it later when we're on our way to Docking Bay 7. I'll show you where to sit. But it has a train on one side and a boat on the other, and it's just great if you have small kids, because they can watch the train and the boats go by. So it helps kind of, and the ducks are all in the water. I know that's not great for you, Jackie, but for kids it's great. My daughter loved them. She called it the duck show, and she thought it was the best thing ever. So
that's so cute, though.
There's some more churros here.
This is told you,
lemonade and churros.
Churros all over the park.
I'm going to walk to Pooh's Corner, which you can then see too, Jackie, since you love Winnie the Pooh.
I do love Winnie the Pooh.
This is the ride here.
One of my favorites. Oh, it's so cute. I love that wooden sign so much.
The guy who makes it, I'm trying to remember his name, Richard something? He's actually on Facebook.
Yeah, I follow him on Facebook.
Yeah.
I have for a while because I don't even know how I found him, but I came across his posts and I was like, oh. And he does customized pieces for people. He has he does 5-year-long waiting list, but I was like, I want one. I just want a Pooh Bear in my name.
So this is all I know. This is all our Pooh themed corner. They also do character meet and greets back here. Sometimes, not right now at the moment. It's just dark and cold out. But they got some honey. So we have this whole Pooh themed area. There's a little umbrella over there. This is the exit to the queue. But then we have Pooh Corner. Actually, this is one of my favorite little spots back here. If you're feeling overwhelmed or if your kids are feeling overwhelmed, it's still a little bit loud, so sensory-wise, but there's this little nook. And there's actually, it's off right now because it's so cold out, but there's actually a waterfall here most of the time. So it's actually some white noise. It's very soothing. And then the kids sometimes can watch the cars come out if they want. But if you just need a little sensory break, tucking yourself into this corner, the waterfall kind of just takes you away from all the people. So it's a great spot for that. I've done that before for myself, just to have a little break.
Right. So just to escape it a little bit.
Pooh Corner.
So cute. So let's talk about the Corner Bakery, where you will find the Tigger Marshmallow Tail. Oh my gosh, it's so cute in there.
I know. Happy birthday to Pooh.
So cute.
Here's the marshmallow tail.
So the Tigger Marshmallow Tail is a marshmallow wand dipped in caramel and orange flavored confectioner's coating chocolate with dark chocolate. So that is right there on that top shelf that Kate was just showing us. And it is $6.49. And here's another look at it.
This one.
So it's literally just like
There's a
marshmallows
couple of
covered in chocolate and caramel.
They're bringing like honey to this little like machine.
Oh my gosh.
Pouring in like this honey distillery.
I know, Christina, I do need to go there. That's
can't-
like my heaven. It's all Pooh Bear themed. Ugh.
And I can't show you without weirding out all these people in line. But
Yeah.
in that like windowed area there is some nods to the Country Bear Jamboree that used to be in the Winnie the Pooh ride here. So there's actually I think it's Wendell. Is that Wendell? And then Trixie. No, the one that comes from the ceiling. What is her name?
Yeah,
Not Trixie.
I don't.
Trixie's the one with the wine.
I'm really bad. I'm really
The other
bad
one.
with the
The
names
one that
of the
comes down from
country
ceiling. Why
bears.
am I drawing a blank? Kirk's gonna yell at me.
Yeah. Don't tell.
So,
It's fine.
we love Pooh. I wore a Pooh bound today earlier, Jackie, just so you know. I have it in all of my studio pictures, but I had to change because it's too cold to stay in it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, with that crazy cold front that's come through. So again, Tigger Marshmallow Tail at Pooh's Corner, $6.49, and it is those marshmallows dipped in caramel and chocolate with dark chocolate stripes.
sorry, the dress was really cute.
That was really cute.
I'm like, it's a little shopping, don't mind me. This water bottle.
Distracted. I know that whole line of the
It's
new
adorable.
Pooh stuff is so cute.
Oh, look at this little kid's shirt. Oh.
Oh,
Okay, moving on.
moving on.
Moving
Do
on.
we have to leave? I don't want to leave.
There's the train. Okay, so I'm gonna make my way to docking bay 7, and you guys can see the seating area I was talking about, a Hungry Bear.
Perfect. Oh, look, now I can see the train a little better.
Yeah, I had to get closer. It goes through Splash Mountain like the Disney World one does. Or at least did. It's not Splash Mountain anymore.
Right. And yours over there won't be Splash Mountain too much longer. Have they announced a date for it to close yet?
Nope. I feel like I should go on it while I'm here, but it's cold, so I'm like, I could get my poncho out, I guess.
Right. And tuck it, maybe make it like the last thing you do before you go back to your room.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. It's almost an end of the night kind of thing.
Yeah. Even though it is cold, you still can make it through. Hey, Katie, we started a little late tonight because Kate had her tour of the Disney Studios in Burbank, so we were waiting on her to get back. So you joined us just in time to talk about our last snack that Kate is headed towards.
It'll take me a minute to get there because it's a little bit far. So
That's fine.
But
No worries. Oh, a cast member told you they heard it.
so next week will be-
Who knows? Okay. I guess we'll see.
yeah, I think that's the rumor. Bathrooms down here that are actually fairly decent bathrooms. They have a little nod to the Country Bear Jamboree too. Above the sign of the bathroom is a nod to the Country Bear Jamboree. But you can see the seating area is both layers here. There's an upper part and a lower part. Don't sit in the lower part because it's by the bathrooms. Sit in the upper part and go all the way to the back over here where there's this bear. You'll see it when we get closer. This bear. Oh, there's a duck. This bear is like hanging off of this sign. And you can see over here, you get a nice view of the Mark Twain and Galaxy's Edge, which is so weird that they didn't hide that.
Yeah. Okay.
But back here, it's quieter, and there's less people because they don't walk this far to sit.
Yeah,
And then there's
that
the
makes
Hungry
sense.
Bear sign, which is really fun. And so on the other side, the left side of the tracks, or left side of the eating area has the train that'll go by every so often. And then the right side, you'll either see the Columbia sailing ship, the canoes, or the Mark Twain, depending on what's going by at any given time. They don't have the canoes right now because it's in the off season. But
Lots to see for sure. Definitely a good place
really,
to
really
sit
nice place
with,
to sit.
Yeah, kiddos that like to look around and maybe are a little squirmy while they are eating.
Because you can see the train tracks are right here. So
Yeah.
it goes right by that eating area. They get a nice close-up of it. Sometimes I think when my kids were really little, we'd like count the train cars.
Nice. Hey, whatever
Keep
you
them
can
entertained.
say, whatever you can do to keep them entertained. That works. All right, so Kate is heading towards Galaxy's Edge, which, if you didn't know, is also in Disneyland and in Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World. And they are pretty much identical other than the fact that they are a mirror image of each other, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, they're not actually total. That was me being confused about things because the thing is they have 3 entrances in Disneyland and they have 2 entrances in Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
So they're not so much mirrored as they are just slightly different entrances.
Okay, gotcha.
Which I'll show you when we walk by there. Yeah.
That makes sense.
And it's raining on me.
Oh no.
Okay. I know. But this will, if you're used to seeing the Florida version, this will start looking really familiar to you in a minute. It is a little bit laid out, like the way that the places that they put the X-Wing and things like that, those are a little bit different. Mm-hmm. So this is Rise of the Resistance over here.
Gotcha.
So if you think about Hollywood Studios, you would have walked in like the Muppet entrance.
Yeah.
Walking towards Toy Story. That's kind of what we're doing here, except that instead we walked from Frontierland walking to Fantasyland. Actually, we walked from Critter Country, excuse me. There's another entrance to Frontierland.
See, getting our entrances all mixed up.
Well, there's 3 of them, so it's more confusing.
Right, like which
it's
way
gonna take
did I
off.
come in?
Right. This one is where it's more spread out, so I'm almost there.
You're all good.
We're gonna go around the corner and we'll head to Docking Bay 7, which I think it's interesting that you don't get this at Docking Bay 7 in Hollywood Studios because we just did that last episode.
Right. Let me see if I can. Okay, so there's kind of your map. Hi, Becca. There's kind of your map of the Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. So we are headed here to Docking Bay 7. And what Kate was mentioning is Docking Bay 7 in Disneyland is where you will find their cold brew black calf, which we talked about on our Hollywood Studios episode. And they also have it Disneyland. Disneyland actually had it first. And then it slowly made its way over to Disney World. At Disney World, you will find it at Katsaka's in the middle of their marketplace. But that is not where you will find it at Disneyland.
No. So we're going to go to Docking Bay 7, which will look shockingly similar to the one in Florida. It's actually a little weird to stand like in front of the Millennium Falcon because you're like, am I in Florida or California right now?
Neither, Kate. You are on Galaxy's Edge. On Batuu.
I know.
Sorry, I couldn't. I
take
couldn't
it back.
I couldn't help it.
I'm in a galaxy far, far away.
Yes. So there is your cold brew black calf.
This is where you can get those Ronto wraps that we mentioned last episode. And Docking Bay 7 is just around the corner.
Okay. So that was Ronto Roasters, which again, Kate mentioned we talked about last episode at our Hollywood Studios when we talked about the different Ronto wraps they had. But yep, down and around the corner is where we're headed for Docking Bay 7. Now, the one thing that I did find that was interesting about this is their Docking Bay 7 in Disneyland doesn't open until 10:30.
Yeah. Well, it's way in the back of the park. Most of the dining doesn't open until 10:30, 11-ish here.
I just thought it was...
So it's not, people just aren't ready to eat it.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting just given that it's like a coffee drink, that you can't get it until 10:30. So keep that in mind.
Oh, that is true.
Keep that in mind as you're looking to get that. Do not plan to get that for your first cup of the day because you'll have to wait until 10:30. So that again, as we talked about in our Hollywood Studios episode, is the cold brew coffee topped with sweet cream cheese, foam, and chocolate puffs, and it is $6.29.
So sorry. That woman was just holding it. Hopefully you saw it. Trying not to be creepy.
Oh, good. I was going to look back because I was curious. Okay, so it is just because I'm curious and comparing drink to drink. Now, I don't know if they are exactly identical. I don't think they are because I think the coffee that is used is a little bit different because Disney World uses Joffrey's. But the identical or not coffee at Hollywood Studios is $5.49. So there is a price difference between the Florida version and the California version if you're curious like I was.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about this last episode, but this version in California, most people would say is better, mainly because the sweet cream, you get more of it and it's sweeter than the one in Florida. So, but I always recommend stirring it a little bit before you drink it. Makes it better to have it all stirred up.
Yeah, mix it all in together to get all the flavors together. Perfect.
Well, most people get their coffee from Starbucks here in the morning anyway, so I'm not surprised that they don't open it until later. I think it's kind of an afternoon pick-me-up.
Yeah.
That's how people treat it here.
Which
Because it's so
totally
far
makes
back
sense.
in the park. Yeah, this is like all the way in the back of the park.
Yeah, so that's the Disneyland. Now, I don't think, let me see if I can get...
And I have tasted this, but I don't drink it personally because I can't get a decaf version. And I can't drink coffee, so I have tasted it, but I haven't drank it.
There's your Disney World version. So they look pretty much identical, but the taste is not identical. Yes, Victoria, Docking Bay 7 at Disneyland doesn't open until 10:30.
Yeah. So we mentioned this in the previous episode, but this is one of my favorite places to sit, is out in this little area out here. And parts of it are slightly covered. It's raining right now on me, and I'm kind of under this like covered area, and I can just feel slight sprinkles, but it's hardly ever crowded. Like you saw that there's not many tables in there, but there's like all of these are empty, partially because it's raining and cold out, but a lot of the time people just don't know you can sit out here. So it's a nice place to sit. Ours does have a gate though, which I don't think Disney World does.
I don't think so either. I think it's just an open doorway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a gate there. Yes, Michael, I am sleepy. It is past my bedtime. Mike is right.
Yeah. Well, I think that was our last. Great.
Yes, that was our last snack. So if you missed any, this episode will be available hopefully at least on YouTube in the next couple days. With Kate traveling, it may take her a little bit longer to get the podcast version up, but this episode I feel like is a good one to have the visual with it because you've got the photos and the map and all that kind of stuff. So take a look at that. When it comes out, we will post in the Discord once we have that ready to post. So if you guys are not on, see, can't do it. Where's my finger? There it is. The Walrus Carp Pocket Fam Discord is up in our bio. So make sure to join us there if you're not a part of that. We have our own Mom Street channel that exists on there that we post things about our show. And when our podcasts and YouTubes are ready, they are available on there as well.
Yep. So, thank you guys for joining us for this super fun episode where we got to walk around Disneyland together and I get to show you some of my favorite eats. And next week we'll be in, not physically in California Adventure, but we'll be talking California Adventure. It is now officially pouring on me. So I'm under an umbrella. But it is,
well,
I can
stay
I'll
there
have to show
while
you.
we're yes, I was gonna say, stay there
Here, I'll
while
show
we
you.
finish the episode. We don't want you to get all wet. Oop, I
can
lost
kind
your
of see
video.
Sorry.
There it goes.
I was trying to show you the
It's
rain.
okay. It just like pops off to your profile picture like in between when you're flipping your camera. So it was like, oh, I see your profile picture.
Why don't we let let you hit the hay there, Jackie, and I will. I'm gonna go get some dinner because I haven't eaten yet. So, and all these snacks have made me hungry.
Before we sign off, Kate, we forgot, and we can't forget again.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We have our next giveaway that will be coming very soon to a post on Instagram and TikTok near you. We have 2 pairs of, see, I'm still mirrored and I'm like, can't figure out where to put it, of these super fun balloon ears that light up, if I can find the switch. So these are going to be our next giveaway. We kind of wanted to theme this giveaway on a couple episodes back. We did some information about kind of self-care and caring for yourself in the park. So that will be kind of the theme of the giveaway. So that post will be coming hopefully tomorrow to you. That way you guys can enter on those. And next week, at the end of our episode and the end of our snack series, we will draw live on the end of the show for the winner. And we're going to draw for 2 pairs because we've got 2 pairs of ears to give away. So we'll have 2 winners.
So exciting. I can't wait. That's going to be awesome. So how do they enter?
They're going to comment on the post once I post it. So make sure you pay attention to what you need to comment on that post so that way you make sure you can be entered to win.
Yeah, that'll be really fun. Yay. Thanks, Jackie, for procuring said ears for us to give away.
Absolutely.
And I'm definitely looking forward to our next episode on California Adventure because there's a whole bunch of great treats over there too. And then again, I will be live for Distery on Saturday this week instead of Friday with Kirk. And we'll be continuing our series on the Jungle Cruise, so talking about all the mechanics of the animals, which will be really, really fun. So that will be Saturday.
To hear about that one.
Yeah, it'll be really a fun adventure. I'm sure Kirk will come up with all kinds of jokes, and it will be a good time. So hopefully I'll get to see you then. But I probably will do some live streaming from the park tomorrow morning as well, or at least noonish. So check, if you're not already following me at Disney Cicerone, that's how you can tell when I go live, or in our Pocket Fam Discord. That's a link in our bio.
That way. I can't do the mirror. I'm like,
there's a link in our bio for our Pocket Fam Discord. I have a section there, but so does Mom Street. We have a little channel that you can ask us questions anytime, and we're here for you to help you out plan your trips. And of course, our Mom Street community is there as well, and our whole Pocket Fam community. And there's a lot of knowledge there between all of us. So it's a great place to get your questions answered if you need them. So.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you guys love the combined chat. We're trying to figure it out to make it a little bit more easy to chat with each other during the show. And that way we can both see comments and questions and all that. So we're kind of figuring it out as we go now that we have access on our Mom Street account to go live. Kind of seeing how it works out. So we'll keep you posted, and hopefully it seems like, especially when we're at home, it'll be pretty easy to do it this way. In the parks, we may need to switch it up because, like Kate was finding out, you can't zoom in on things, and so kind of little things that we're still figuring out as we go. But we love your guys' feedback, and thank you guys so much for being here. And as always, we love reading your comments in the chat and on Discord, and just love the interaction.
Yes, it's so great to have you guys here. So I think I'm going to sign off here so I can go get some dinner, and then I'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow live in the parks. Just keep an eye out, and I'll let you know. So
awesome. Have a great night, Kate. Have so much fun.
Thanks, Jackie, for your flexibility, and for everybody for being flexible about the time with my crazy schedule today. So appreciate it.
All good. We made it work. I told you we would. Good night, guys.
All right.
Have a
Good
great
night, guys. Bye.
Bye.